I am going to show you how to make an MP4, export an Animate file, and make an MP4 file. So this is my movie, my Animate movie, and I have my timeline here. I've just moved my stage over. So I want to record my stage, and I have a limited amount of frames in here. I want to make sure I might have some extended frames out here. I want to make sure that I just record the movie to 1441. When I click on that, you'll see that I have the frames right here, 1441. So I'm going to record from frame 1 to frame 1441. So when I go up to File, Export, you'll see I have 5 choices. I want to make an MP4. In order to do that, this is the only one that will make the MP4. The MP4 has video and audio together. So export video media. If I click on that, I have a window that opens that says export media. This is my render size, which means this is the size of the output, the video that I'm making, the MP4 video. I'm going to keep this part unchecked, which is ignore stage color. I usually put some type of stage color in my videos, so I'm not going to check that. I have only one scene, so I'm going to leave it on scene 1. And I'm not going to select all frames. If I did that, sometimes it goes past what you want to record. So I want to limit my recording from frame range 1, my first frame, to frame 1441, which is my end frame. The format you should use is H.264. That's the best format. So set that. There are other formats available. Don't use these. You can do a test with these if you want, but this is going to be the best result. Use your default as far as preset, AME. You can try some other ones. Try this one first. There are other ones as far as different bit rates, which means you'll have different resolutions. Use your default, and then go to your output. I'm going to use my output directly to my desktop. So I'm saving this to the desktop. My MP4 will be saved to right here, the desktop. I also check this, which is the Adobe Media Encoder. The encoder goes through and checks your movie. It will first make an MOV movie, and then Adobe Media Encoder changes that to an MP4. So it looks and makes sure that it has the best version. If one version doesn't work, it will go back and encode a different way. So you want to use this media encoder. Click Export. You'll see that it's first exporting as an SWF movie. Then it'll change it to an MOV. And then Media Encoder will come up. And you'll see Media Encoder down here. It's still saying it's not responding, but it is working in the background. And it's waiting for Media Encoder to then come up, which should come up in a couple seconds. It usually takes half a minute. Right now, it's probably rendering to an MOV file. And after the MOV file, that will be converted by the media encoder to an MP4. The MP4 is the best version you can get for the video and audio. And you'll see now that the media encoder, here's the icon for it, but here is our window for the media encoder, Adobe Media. It's all giving you this information as far as your made as a temporary file. And it has rendered an MP4. It's done. I named it a test, so I'm going to look on the desktop for that. I'm going to close this. this, and I'm just minimizing this Animate file so that you'll see right here, this is my test recording here. So if I double click that, that should be an MP4, and here it's opening, and I can play it and stop. I have my controls for my movie right here. So I'm going to stop that, and that is how you make an MP4 from Animate file.